blink daggers. Yeah. So you're trying to chrono these heroes that are jumping out unless they're set up beforehand. It's not going to be easy for your Toro. But as I said, Spirit, they like it difficult because that's when they win.
Oh, a little bit off the shards there for Mr. Jinkyu. I will say, so Spirit, they usually draft like this, right? The T was also mentioning it. They don't have the most damage early. They're a bit more about the later stuff, but they do have layers because you have silencer. It's a very good silencer game. Like, sure, maybe you try to kill the Void or the Ember, but then you can global the Dawn ulti, you can global the follow-up spell. So very good silencer game as well. I will say that it's like two different styles. You have Xtreme, who have a way faster tempo lineup. They need to keep up the pressure. They will play fast, but at the same time, they have to stay ahead. The moment they fall behind in the network in the mid game, they're in trouble.
Yeah, if this goes to like late game, like a late game Yatoro Void, he'll out carry them all.
Oh yeah, we've seen it so many times before.
So that'll be when it gets scary. No, because obviously at that point down the line, now once Larl's got items, Collapse has got items, you know, the Sleight of Fist, the Swashbuckles being thrown into Chrono will feel very, very good. And pretty much guarantee them those late game kills. So yeah, let's see how much pressure XG can put on and how much they can punish this Void lineup in the early to mid game.
So I like what, at least, actually I like what both teams did in the draft, because XG, they banned out the Morph link, because yesterday you saw the Yatoro Morph against the Dawnbreaker lane. It's like one of the best answers.
Yeah.
So they go with the Void, similar, you have Time Warp, you have the Dilation, but not just that. Spirit also put the Dark Willow into the safe lane, because as opposed to the Silencer, Willow cannot really die to Tusk Dawn. You just Shadow Realm and you're chilling.
You have been denied.
And we'll see who does make the slip up. On bottom. Root. He's going to go down first. And we'll get Jinkyu in return there. You're already get the kill back. XXS getting that first blood, taking down Root. Yep. Top lane, Maposhka. Shield. He's getting dove by Arme. Arme gets the kill.
Some good stuff for XG. I mean, of course, Yatoro won't be too sad about a killing trade, but they did get the first blood. Collapse.
He's got Swashbuckle.
He's got Stick and Shield Crush. He's gonna be okay.
That's close, though. A lot of damage coming in. Maposhka back in with the TP, gets the curse out of the two of them. So we'll be able to trade a fair bit of damage back. Have the wave coming in onto them on the top lane. Collapse on Maposhka.
Yep, this is where Spirit, they would rather just damage control, right? Like get through the lanes like 50-50, at least when it comes to the side lanes. In the mid, you've got the Ember and the Puck. Both should be pretty happy, but later on, I expect Larl to have a slightly better time.
Dire's Curry has been killed.
So far on the bottom lane, we'll get the trap on Aru again. He'll be able to get himself out with the Bramble. XXS does pull himself forward aggressively, but won't be able to finish off any sort of kill.
I will say, if more kill trades come out in the safe lane, generally that is something that Void likes a lot. He doesn't farm very fast, he doesn't really go around and do too much, so any injection of XP to have higher levels or gold to get to a faster Massive Madness Maelstrom is very good for Yatoro.
It's alright.
A good bash. Time dilation soon, but they will chill.
He's going to be feeling very... Ooh, top lane Polyston nearly ticking out the curse of Maposhka there. Still have to be careful as low as he is. And he might just be dead there. Maposhka finds him. Yeah, throws in a blood grenade, couple of hits. He's killed Maposhka.
Just hides around the tree line. Gets Polyston sneaking in.
Mid lane continues to be very even here between XM and Larl.
Because I would expect XG to be a little happier when it comes to your own safe lane. You have a strong support in the Bad Rider, and usually heroes like Abaddon can really help their support like overtake this matchup. But I mean, we've seen this guy is just really damn good as a support. Even when he goes into the off lane, doesn't matter. He knows what he's got to do. Ruin Jinkyu just having a little water rune battle.
Yatoro obviously doesn't mind being left in the 1v1 here. Can very easily still get the farm. Any threat dying against the Dawn solo.
I definitely like to see XG try to utilize their spells like early on in the game when it comes to combining the coil with the Dawn ult.
Well, good damage here from XM in the mid.
He's got the fairy.
XM's going to try for this.
Wants to.
Off the mark with the waning rift. Well, we'll be fine.
Either way, it is good pressure. Because later when the global comes out against XG, it's not that easy, honestly, for them to make moves. It's already not that easy to go on Larl, because he's an Ember and your task is the +4. But we have some pressure up top. Lots of spells being thrown.
That's a lot of damage that Pollison's going to take off the back of that curse. Does have a salve at the ready, so he's prepared to stick in the lane. Between Arme and Collapse up here, farm continues to be very, very even. Close start across all lanes so far.
And let's see about some of the early movement for XG here, because I don't want to set the narrative too early, but an even laning stage definitely does benefit Team Spirit, as Yatoro having kind of a free game for now when it comes to the lane. Already treads and soon to have like a Morbid Mask if you want.
He can fight with this. He's around with him at least, see if he can fish for some bashes. In the mid. Foster heading over here, both supports. Teams looking towards the 6-minute power rune.
Yeah, gonna have a 3-on-3 around the mid lane for now.
He's going to be on the ground now. I'm going to try and go aggressive on Posture. Looking with the snowball, but Posture surrounded, caught by the Dream Coil. He'll try and turn and take down Xingqiu, and we'll find him just a 1-for-1. Of course, both team supports can very much do this, just with the sort of lane setups of the cores on both side lanes. It's, yeah, both sides of the maps, both cores happy to be left on their own, hitting creeps. Nobody's going to be killing each other yet.
Yeah, they've got lots of like turn and like help when it comes to, yeah, just helping each other out on the map. We should be closing in on the Dawn pretty shortly. Same with the Chronosphere. I mean, I don't expect Yatoro to ever leave this lane. He's more of the TP to help out if they overplay, because otherwise you're just happy farming in the bottom lane. But XG, really looking at them to like speed it up. Next coil, connected with the Dawn. Where do they want to do it? Do they want to go on Larl with both spells together? Maybe they smoke XM to the bottom lane onto Yatoro to get him killed. We'll have to see how they go. But they want to hit big in this early game. We saw this the other day in a different game. The offlane Pango, who straight up rushed the diffusal against an Abaddon, which had super big impact. Paulson should be fine, get shielded.
And I think there's one thing as well that's going to be in the late game. This might be a bit more. Actually, we'll hold that for because XM's coming in with a rotation top. Collapse. And my Posture scrambling back to the tower.
Oh, they walk it off.
Yep, they're not going to be able to get the setup here.
What do we got about the late game, Owen?
It's a late game.
Late game.
Can't you just completely destroy the Abandoned Carry if you're the Void? If late game you get like a 6th item Silver Edge and you chrono, break him, global silence, he's dead every time, right?
Yeah, then someone, you need like a Lotus Orb on like Xtreme to kind of counteract and go about. But
there's still a counterplay.
I mean, at that point, Void is kind of, you know, he's in his territory anyhow. So we'll have to see, because for XG, yeah, they want to stay ahead, try to keep making some moves before, and at least shut them down. Yeah,
no, I'm going to be interested to see what Yatoro does go for the build. So far, it's just going to be the Mask of Madness into the Maelstrom Manta. So no surprises there with the early first few items for the Void.
Foil at the ready.
He's going to be contact to the side though here, Larl. And they've got enough to take him down. They'd only get the slight fist off. Larl's fine, Malcolm comes in. Yatoro jumps over with XXS, coming in with the bashes to bring XXS down. They try for an aggressive move there between sort of the Coil and the Solar Guardian. It does not work out for them, XG. They get nothing, and they lose their offlane.
Definitely a bit troublesome. I mean, of course, you know, you're playing the Ember in this matchup. Larl maxed out the Flame Guard to give himself a little bit more of a barrier. When you have the Coil Dawn combo, you need to place your Coil and the Dawn so that they connect.
Yes.
Right? Because that didn't happen.
Because he was able to step out of it. Yeah. He was like, I'll just step to the side.
So they need to hit that next time around.
Yep.
But that's a secondary or even the third reason why Void is generally, if you get away with a slower game, Void is very good against Dawn. You don't get pressured too much in the lane, have the time dilation, and when they make these moves where they like gather up and Dawn drops in, you can just TP and then counter with the Chrono.
Yeah, it's pretty chill for Yatoro down there. To the point where I was even wondering if he was maybe considering, could he have gone away with Midas this game?
That's quite greedy. I don't like
too greedy.
Yeah, like you want to have like the Mask of Madness to withstand the lane.
It feels so good.
Exactly, like be topped off. as they do bring Mapochka down here. Of course, he needs a little bit of experience.
Especially when you have the Maelstrom on top of the Mask of Madness, it kind of becomes a situation in this lane where you got to be careful on the door break. Yeah, you can just get chronoed and killed.
It looks like for now they want to try to sneak in this global silence before the next combo play of Xtreme. I don't know if they'll be able to. So XG should have a couple of opportunities to throw that in. Jinkyu taking a bit of a beating from Larl.
Toro's going to check out the stack situation.
Very aggressive.
And they're going to be able to take a little bit of this away from Xtreme. Top lane. But does have the point at the ready to pop into borrowed time. Gets gone upon any further.
So you've got Dawn ult up again with Coil also, and the global is not yet available. XG
Sure.
should be looking at something, but maybe they don't know yet because Mipochka's been fogging for a while. Maybe he's 6, maybe he's not 6. Because
I mean, where do you go for this play with the Dream Coil Solar Guardian? Like, what's your best angle?
you probably do it mid or bottom again.
Watson is going to have him.
Radiant are scared.
Because, well, okay, so now global is up. It's not too easy for XG to do it, so you might even see XG go for like a smaller play. Maybe you give the life away of Jinkyu just to trade out the global and kind of have like a 1-2 step punch where you get the global first and then you go for your bigger play after.
We're going to have Arme move down to the bottom lane now. Almost to farm down here instead.
Yeah, I wonder how XG want to go about kind of the map split, because the even, like, staying like this doesn't really benefit you. Whoever goes against Tango top is kind of annoyed because you get diffusal bladed and mana burned. Ame can't really pressure the Void too much bottom. But if you go for a bigger play, there's global. Which means you either sit back and you farm yourself, or you look for some smaller plays, get this global out of the game.
Definitely not quite finding as fast a pace as they might have hoped for here, XG.
Well, at least XM, he's enjoying himself, as we could see. He's got the Witch Blade completed.
Got a fine brew.
Should be a free.
They've got the kill. Can they do anything more here? Globally putting a stop to the Solar Guardian. You're looking for a potential chrono opportunity. Find it here, yeah, drop it onto the back. Needs a few passes there to get the kill. There's the bash. They come. I'll tell you what, they came from the last 2 hits there, those bashes. He needed the double bash. He gets it. They'll clean up Jinkyu as well. Again, these sort of attempts from XG, they're getting put to a stop. Sure, they killed the Ember, but we're already starting to see some of those complications. The global silence ruining the Solar Guardian, and Yatoro patient with the chrono, and patient with the bashes, saving them for when they were most needed there to kill off that part.
It looked like Larl could nearly get out, but I believe he got chained again because he was missing mana on the Void. So only because of those secondary chains coming in, he gets to do it. But let's see, XG should know that their cooldowns are a lot shorter than those of Spirit. You've got a whole minute to do it.
They have to do it when there's no global silence.
Yeah, you've got a minute on the global, you've got 2 minutes on the chrono. So XG should be looking to respawn and pick up the pace. XM is doing just that in the bottom lane, helping Arme to take over the tier 1.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just going to push Xtreme Gaming. Aghanim's online.
It's under attack.
And Yatoro finds Paulus in there. So gets himself another one in the mid. So they get themselves another kill, another tower. Got the setup there with Larl of the chains on that mid play to catch Paulus.
Well, at least the one nice thing when you are playing Dawnbreaker into Void, he doesn't really stop your game. So like you were saying, XXS having a very good time when it comes to... Oh, Mr. Collapsio.
See if they can kill him here with the 2 of them. But the Solar Guardian certainly, they might have even had him anyway, so they're coming out a bit too far on that top lane.
And yeah, global was down, so you might as well get out all the spells that you can.
Kind of also run the chances some of these kills slipping away from you. Make sure you secure them. All right, I mean, that's pretty much just Larl and Rune. They forced a borrowed time out of him, then chase him out, finish him off after. That's a painful death there on XG.
Yeah, and that is...
I mean, Arme, he's currently, you know, he's 2k behind the farmer Yatoro. That's quite the difference.
Yeah, and he's 2k gold away still from his Radiance. So this network lead is gonna like increase by quite a bit even until then.
He's having a rough start here. And Yatoro is chilling. Going very sensible with the build as well. Manta, BKB wants to have the two ways to protect himself next.
It does kind of make sense. I mean, you do have the global, so depend maybe in like the next 5-6 minutes, maybe he switches up his build if he has an even better game and he feels secure. But Manta BKB, really chill.
Team Spirit, they also find Arme.
He does have his old stuff.
It's still cooldown. There's nobody coming to save him. This is those back-to-back deaths. That hurts massively.
That's bad.
Arme is not getting the chance to farm. I mean, you're looking at XXS to sort of, you know, pick up the sort of the carry position and try and do as much as he can, but he's adorned with an Aghanims. You know, the Solar Guardian's great, but the carry potential ain't crazy. XM needs a lot of time as the puck. Yeah, Arme, it's going to be a tough one to recover.
Yeah, he needs to kind of have a better game. Like Dawnbreaker, sure, you have high net worth, but
It's all in on the Solar Guardian.
like you don't touch Face's Void as a Dawnbreaker, which means XM, he's done it many times before, but he needs to do some heavy cooking in the hour.
Absolutely.
Because you can tell, like, they're hovering around this top area even earlier against your Toro with the Park and your Tusk, but there's just a backup global, so you can't really go on him.
Themselves a support, or maybe they even want it. Rue.
Oh.
He lives with the one charges. That was the lasso. Doesn't get them a kill.
I guess they made sure not to overcommit, but at the same time, you're also just letting him get away.
Well, I was on the hunt here with a haste rune.
Yeah.
Can't really go for XM on his own. Unlikely to have quite enough control and damage. Stop teasing around with it. Can continue to chase a little longer, but the haste rune will now come to an end.
It looks like for me that the best point of attack for XG would be around the bottom lane on this solo Pangolier that Collapse is playing. I mean, I like the wards that Spirit have on the map. You have like one in this bottom lane, you have one in the top lane just to help people out. Uh-oh, all of a sudden.
Should be an easy one for Spirit. They've caught him in the trees. Getting a little rough for XG. It's short, they're only down 3k gold, but it's just the nature of their lineup, right? Yep. Being behind in this position, even the numbers aren't crazy, it doesn't feel great. You know, Arme's got a long road to recovery. It's 4 levels behind Yatoro.
They're looking. Global.
The global silence comes out. He's able to get the chrono off. He's going to have time to go for the TP out. He's away. Global on the chrono, enough to save Yatoro. As he's away from that attempt from Xtreme, same time the rest of his team on Spirit, pushing the tier 1 mid. They need these kills, and they're not getting them, Kezi.
And that was even, there was like 1 or 2 seconds between the two because I think Mipochka and the boys were getting their own kill in the mid lane in the meantime. So even with that, you couldn't get that kill. Yatoro gets off the chrono, just barely gets out.
And next time it's going to be even tougher. There's only a recipe away from having the Manta. Very likely to play his way out of this situation. Is there going to be any help for Arme? Doesn't look like it, but he might be fine. Larl not going to be able to continue to chase for the kill. They didn't feel like they could go for it. And Arme, he's so close to the Radiance. Let's be careful with his curry there as well. It's nearly there.
Radiance
There's at least that you're close to that. Walking forward.
It's very dead.
Eating some roots and his own punch to the face.
What's in an XM? They'll get the catch.
That's good.
It's something.
They need those.
They really need one of the cores.
So you've got Paulson with the Blink Dagger, and for them, it's going to be a lot about trading spells. Like maybe they should start the fight with the Blink Lasso, and then hope that you get a global out of Spirit, and then later your puck goes and your dog goes.
Oh, here we go. Fire on 2. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, Larl's now actually been able to jump them instead. It's just not coming together for XG. Maybe they can punish Collapse after the Rolling Thunder.
He's quite deep.
He's got a watch.
Better next time.
Uh-oh. And Larl, he's perfectly fine. He's got the shield, but they can't touch him. Over in the river. And then XM's got to run.
Okay, it's gonna be okay.
They just can't catch a break here, XG. They just can't get these kills.
They're really not getting the kills that they would like. And this is now a Manta style completed as well onto Yatoro. So it gets a little harder to catch him.
Radiant's finally online for Arme. As you can see, very much one of the slower ones we've had this tournament. He's had a rough start.
A 20-minute raid. If I see this on my carry in a pub, I'm not feeling too good.
Okay. You're not abandoning.
I'm definitely not. I'm a good guy. I don't abandon. I won't ping. I'll try to make space for him, but 20-minute mark Radiance?
Yeah, those people, the people who ping the item and then the timer.
Yeah, ping
it's
into
like, yeah,
timer.
okay, nice one.
Yeah, you do ping item,
Ping
timer
item.
into well played.
You can't, that's so rude when people do that. Don't do that, kids. Yeah, it's rude.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is
Awesome.
under attack.
Died in this exact spot.
Dire's middle tower.
Oh, juke in a dive.
Oh, not even getting the first hit bash. Come on.
I like it.
Yeah, easy escape.
He got a bit lucky in the bashes earlier.
He
so,
did.
you know,
They said those two bashes that Yatoro got against XM were very nice. He saved the bashes for when they need. You know, who cares about a support kill? Yatoro doesn't.
He certainly is.
Tormentor here, Spirit.
That's a freebie.
Smoke up from XG. Maybe this time they can get one of these core kills. They have to. They've got to find something good. BKB's online for XXS.
Well, let's see what they're gonna go for here. As Miposhka gets the shard, so he's gonna have Giga Brain territory in this game, of course, later on.
Radiant are scanning.
I'm in my posture. That's nothing to write home about. Nothing crazy.
Nope. Breaks slow.
Yeah.
Meantime, everyone else got to back off. They did also drop a ward before they left around the ancient area, so they have a lot of info right now of what XG are doing, which is that they're lingering around the gate area.
Yatoro having a very chill time this game. He's crushing it so far. 4-0-3. Of course, still continuing to maintain respect for the opponents, definitely with the item management for BKB. No funny business from him. And they can pretty much throw as many spells as they want on him. He doesn't care. Very tanky right now on the Ember Spirit.
Does barely get out. Himself to try and uplift them. Let's see. So for now, XXS and XM still doing very well when it comes to the net worth. And I've got my eyes more on XM as the game progresses. We have seen many of the puck shows. Spirit are looking. Miposhka kind of baiting within the mid lane for now.
He's still low HP out on the map. Easy grab for the two of them there.
Another shield rune. Come on, brother. Gaben be blessing him. It's already hard to kill them. Now you have to kill them through a global and a shield rune.
They're going to get themselves Roshan Spirit into the pit. And Xtreme not looking anywhere close to this. Who even needs the Aegis? Putting on what, Yatoro or Larl?
Give it to Yatoro. It's like a minute ago. This could be another one of those games where Yatoro has 0 deaths like yesterday on the Moor.
It's looking to be like that.
And this certainly doesn't make it any easier for Xtreme Gaming to put a stop to it. But they are smoked up in an area where they're hoping to find somebody. I don't know if this is somebody they would like.
I don't think so, not with the Aegis on it.
Under attack.
Yep, they'll show themselves and quickly run away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Into the bramble. That ain't it. They're going to try and steal the dream. The collapse is fine. XG. They're trying to watch it. XG's coming back up underneath the tier 2 tower. He should be okay, but Xingqiu, of course, left behind, goes down. In fact, collapsing tower goes down. He's going to globals there. No Solar Guardian for you.
No, Miposhka's just perma holding. It doesn't really matter what else is going on. He just needs to wait until he hears the Solar Guardian.
Every time.
Which means eventually XG kind of, they need to rethink how they play fights. You either A, you need your Dawnbreaker in the fight himself, like close by, or you need to jump the Poshka, like you need to blink silence him so he gets to actually global on the sidelines, because like this, these casual fights, they're not doing you any good on XG.
Yeah.
You're just feeding IQ away to my Poshka. Which is definitely not what you want. My bro's got plenty as is.
Yatoro, you know, at this point, he's like, well, you know what? We can hold off on the BKB, get that Mjolnir upgrade first, as he's got that out, ready to go.
Yep, not receiving any pressure. He's also got the Solar Crest to back him up. And like early on, it's like, okay, they don't have so much damage in the Chrono, but now he's got a lot of damage himself. He's got the Pango Axe. And then you have some cheap follow-up, you know, some Brambles, some Arcane Curses, Sleight of Fist.
They pretty much kill anyone now with the Chrono. This is that's going to get a very easy kill. It's looking very smooth for Spirit. XG, what is the next timing that's going to make Spirit say, uh-oh? Because it's hard to see.
I mean, to me, it looks like that they want to open up the map. But now you have Manta at least on Armor. Try to split the map with your Manta radius and like,
for the Solar Guardian. Have they got the damage though to kill Larl? Collapse, he's going to continue diving in under the tier 2. They're going to blast and kills him off with a swashbuckle. Xtreme, even with the usage of the ultimates, they're just not getting the kills.
Yeah, this is now a 7k deficit. If you're XG, they have to decide if you either full commit on playing the map and then you go for the takeout, maybe with the bad lasso, or B, with it. Every Dota game comes, you have to eventually fight the enemy. You need to come up with a good plan. I think the best plan is you either bring XXX into the smoke, or you need to have XM jump the Poshka and silence. You lasso a core, you silence the silencer, so that XXX can actually play the game and Solar Guardian into the fight.
Very difficult to get the setup onto Larl unless they have the ultimate.
Imminent on Yatoro.
Yeah, absolutely cruising through this game. Yep. Having a wonderful time. Which is good to see. You know, I said it's finally, we're getting some new carries coming in.
Yeah, he's having a free one.
He is absolutely having a completely free game. He is making this look very easy, Yatoro.
I will say that he is very, very nicely set up. Like, I personally feel like Spirit kind of got them in the draft a little bit. I'm kind of playing like this Dawn ult, and you're gonna... First of all, there's a global.
I mean, the silencer's destroying.
Yeah, silencer is destroying him. And even if global isn't available, you're gonna drop into Brambles, a Terrorize. Like, there's always counter spells from Spirit coming around, even the roll. So you've got lots of layers to kind of fight through here for Xtreme.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I'm considering his item build. Did have Blade Mail queued up. He's now shifting it over to a Basher.
This is also one of the age-old power spikes of Void. Level 20, you get the attack speed in the Chronosphere.
That feels very good.
He's got that off the BKB timing, which is also perfect for him. Aegis expires, it's kind of your pseudo BKB. By the time it's over, you've got your own. Time is money. Let's see, XM, can you put on a show on the front here? He's gonna need to be a real big juicy boy on the front.
And he's gonna need time. You know, does pop
Radiant's
off, but needs a lot of items
under attack.
to be able to do so. Behind a little bit on the farm as well. XM. XG. I'm gonna try the look down on the bottom lane.
They do have a good lane ward here.
There's the global. Each and every time they're ready with that response. I mean, they literally just can't make a move, Kes.
Yeah.
Spirit just have the answer every single time.
They're also so quick. And it's not just that they're like ready. I love that the way that they're playing the map. You have the silencer with the Void up top, and they pushed in so far they knew nobody is there. Well, so where are you? Your bottom making a move. They're already behind him. Immediate global. Yeah. Play's gone.
I mean, it really does feel like if XG want to sort of play this sort of lineup again, which they will, because there's nothing crazy right standard stuff. The silencer must have sort of shot up on the list of priorities. It's like, right, guys, we cannot play against a silencer because if it's single-handedly just destroying any chance
especially
of a comeback play.
With Dawn and Bad, no, that's exactly
Right enough for that one. Easy kill here.
Yep. The next kind of comeback that I can see for XG is that you get this blink on Ame. You
jump the void or what?
No, he has to go around and get on the supports. Like you need to annoy the silencer, you need to avoid and kind of go on the willow. I don't see Yotoro dying anymore from full to 0. Even if you lasso him without the global, you're not killing him. Which means you need to create chaos, you need to kill the subs and go on the tank. Kill the subs and the Pango. Take out the team fight around Yotoro. Kingdom cannot find.
And I like this from Yotoro as well. Aghanims into there it is, the silver edge. That's the game over. Right. It's Chrono, break the Abaddon, pop the global, the carry's dead. What are you going to do to save him? He said maybe, are they getting any sort of itemization online that's going to help against that play?
Not yet, because
they're just not going to have the means to save. So it's just that simple to play. No, Yotoro knows. If the game even ends up going that far, once the silver edge is online, the game's just over for Ame.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, the moment that XG kind of see and think about the play, only then can they really think about, okay, we need a Lotus Orb. But to me, that's also why I like the blink from Ame, because no defensiveness is gonna help him. He has to be aggressive, try to create chaos himself, and, you know, kind of hope to make it happen. As they're waiting for the Torment time. Should be soon, I don't know if they timed it. Team's kind of got on the track of timing the Tormentor. I'm sure just as I envisaged. Just the same. Seems like somebody did the math. No one. They only waited like 10 to 20 seconds. Good old shard from Mr. Rue. Got some more brambles around the map, around the curse.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Larl's going to look towards the Hex next.
They've also been having very, very good games on the other cores.
And here we go. Another smoke. Maybe this time. Find the silence. Because if they find anything that's worth saving, then Poshka will be pressing
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, at least the thing is, if you find the Pango, you can maybe...
Let's have a look.
Hit him.
See if the count, the bash isn't there. It's not enough. Collapse is fine, and now the team comes in. It just feels impossible for them, Kezu. What do they do?
I don't know.
What do you do in this sort of situation? How do you do anything?
To be fair, I believe Collapse would have been dead. Someone messed up.
You think they could have had him?
Yeah, someone didn't deal enough damage, someone didn't commit, and on top of that, he had a Lotus. Either way, even if you kill him, you probably die after, because, I mean, what's gonna change?
And another one.
Oh, don't mind me. Just a wee fairy going about her business.
Got the Ags online, and Ags feels pretty fantastic this game, especially when you know, you're committing in onto such get that instant sort of damage onto them. Could they have killed him here? I don't know if they could. Could they have?
I feel like people could have met him a bit more, but either way, who cares? Yeah. Because even if you kill him, then this happens, and you're still all dead.
You're getting cleaned up.
So maybe I'm just cooking it a bit too hard for what they could actually do. Because it's kind of the Team Spirit show.
It really is.
You have 0 deaths on the Faceless Void.
Yeah.
You have 1 death on the you have 1 death on the
Come on, should be not bad at all, I think.
Well, Ame's buying a butterfly, which sure helps you against the void.
I mean, they're trying. You know, you got to give them credit. They are They are trying to kill Spirit. They're just not able to.
Rough times. rough times. As now you're playing into the Aegis. In 1 minute, it's gonna be nighttime. You've got some siege waves. If you're Spirit, you can drop the banner. You can threaten one of the lanes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, Ame didn't go for the blink. Yeah, I hate that. I really like the blink that he had queued up. See, maybe that's how the guy could have died last fight. You blinked on top of it instead of running in with your Eagle Box. But either way, 16k lead for Spirit. Hitting the enemy base. What is your answer?
No, he's in your phone. He's out of the jump straight away. Get the corner, set him on towards XXS. XXS get out of this spot. No, he's getting fucking control. Gets the kill. He's not got any buyback either. XXS. Supports to drop as well on XG. Tries to front the ball, but has to begin backing off. It's ready to keep the dive going. He's ready to play aggressive. Of course, had the Aegis still had the beacon be ready to press the Toro. So 2 support buybacks coming in. Spirit, they'll back off for now.
I mean, if they can just heal up a little bit, then they can just go straight again.
Oh yeah, they're ready to keep going if they want to.
XXS still dead for 40 seconds. Sure, there's no chrono, but
Radiant
the roll is up in 15 again if Collapse wants to make his way back over later. 25 talent on your Toro.
Nearly got the butterfly. Toro switching for his options. Actually switching up, looking for the Satanic instead. Just wants to be able to make sure that if they do jump in, it's going to be very hard to burst through the void.
Yeah, this is bad news. Once he gets a Satanic, of course he can heal to full. And they can just go for the same play. You can drop the banner, you have a Chrono again at 50. And this is all that XG can and should be talking about right now. How do you defend when Spirit come to your high ground? As Toro gets himself the good old OD staff. Can maybe dodge some stuff. He's also got the crew with the minus base attack time. Very good for Phases Void. Satanic at the ready and
They do manage to kill off Larl. A big kill, but can they get anything more here? Extreme. They're still doing the Toro. The Toro's still with the Aegis. Some of the time, forcing out the borrowed time from Arme.
Dire's bottom tower.
The push continues on the Spirit. Ready to heal up as well. Easy play there with the Satanic and the Aghanim's jump. Fortification comes out. I mean, XG, they finally got a big kill there. But it might be a little too late.
they did have to pay the price.
Larl.
Yep, they got it. Doubled his amount of deaths in this game on the level from 1 to 2.
That's a number of water from your Toro. Stop feeding. And there it is. Targets as well. Gets XM, gets out there. He's out. I think they might be running out of steam now, XG. I don't know how much more they want to play through with this one.
I mean, you gotta start thinking about game 2. I don't know what plan you can come up with now that you haven't thought about in the last 30 minutes in this game.
Because this one, it did look relatively easy for Spirit, this one, Kazu.
This looks very easy. Like, as in very little pressure.
Yep.
1 death on the Pango, 0. It's not that opponents has 0 deaths. I feel like he hasn't really been touched this entire game, like, let alone even been put under half his HP.
A very chill game, gets to play some Void, hit some creeps, hit some cool chronos, carry the game.
Yeah, nice start.
He's not a
just manning up for now. 20 seconds on the Aegis. Let's see what
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Looks like they'll hang on to try one more fight here with the 5 of them once they're all back up.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
And if they do get one of these kills, if they kill your Toro,
this is another time where you need to think about the problem for XG. I I don't see any play where Yatoro dies from full to 0. I do not see it. Which means they have to execute it on someone else or show me something that they have put in the equation.
Their best luck, best sort of effort is going to be if Yatoro goes for some like time walk into the fountain and then gets lassoed.
Yep. So let's bait him into the fountain.
Yeah, they got to bait him into some sort of fountain diving. Which it can be tempting, you know, when you're on a void, the fountain is pretty tempting to dive.
Yep, you've got the satanic, you've got the backtrack of course
exactly.
also.
You're jumping in and out. It can happen. So they've got to hope that Yatoro goes for a little bit of fountain diving.
It is true. He's got the outworld staff, so he could dodge it and then climb up. So we need the layering of stuns. We need it nicely, as we have the Titanic D's neutrals on Larl. Very nice for the Ember, of course. Some more status resistance as well against the coil. We've got a Blood Thorny Dorny also on Yatoro. I mean, nobody's living. You die within 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, the damage output for the voids insane. This amount of attack speed.
Bloodthorn Chrono, ain't no way. That's how Smiposhka doing. He's got a Vlad's, he's got a Glimmer, he's got a Solar. I feel like we've seen a little bit of a resurgence when it comes to Vlad's, or even both Vlad's and Solar together, at least in some of these mid to late games. When your carry's having a good time, you pop it up with these items. It's gonna feel even better.
Will Xtreme get the fountain diving void that they're hoping for?
Oh, we've got the blink coming. We got the memo. Might be a bit late, but we do have it. Yatoro. He is here, and Xtreme do not know. They lack critical information. Refresher on collapse. Oh my god.
The fastest one we've had.
GL Xtreme. GL. Let's see what they can start cooking up.
What's the next big items that XG themselves are close to?
I see it. XM, he's got the vision, and I see it too. 4 rapiers.
All right. I mean, he has the beginning of that sort of potential to carry as the puck with the axe and the Parasma sorted, so if you can find a rapier,
he's got
there might be a little bit of hope.
Yep.
I don't know, but what's the probability right now? Are they getting a 2%?
I would put it on between 1 and 3%.
Okay. Sounds a bit generous, but we'll see. Maybe XM, if he can get a rapier.
I think it's between 1 and 3. Oh, XXS.
Yeah, let Chrono this.
Pew, pew, pew.
Oh,
XM.
XM.
Very nice.
XXS is dead. XG, they've got to get the rest of them out of here. There's a man at Global's out. XXS is dead. There's going to be Xingqiu following him as well. We'll find the puck in the trees there, but you try actually jumping back out, so XM's going to be able to stay hidden. Army's trying to chase down the Pushka. He's here to help out, though.
It's under attack.
Trying to hold back the battle from chasing down the silencer. The borrowed timeout. Army's really wants the silencer dead. Not going to get it.
Trying.
And he's likely to end up dead. Just going to kick in his escape. On the other side of the tree, Army will live. 3 other members of his team, of course, dead.
70, 30, 97%.
Yep.
It's gone. They cannot touch your clothes.
Just what I was looking
They
for.
can. From start to finish, it's a good pick. And also the lane swap, again, I have to go back to it. Every single setup they've done to get Yatoro to where he is now.